Good morning, good morning. Give it a minute, let people get in here, and we'll jump right into it. Hope everybody's having a great morning this morning. Gonna go over SPY first, and then we'll go over some other stocks. I hope everybody's morning is going great. Let's make this money today, as every day. Good morning, Amber J. Just gonna wait a couple minutes, let some people come in, and then we'll get right to it. Give it like 2 minutes. We'll go over the SPY first. Alright, let's jump into it since we got just a couple people in here this morning. So we're going to go over SPY first this morning. As you can see on the 1 hour chart, it's sitting on the 50 EMA, which is the red line, and then the 200 EMA is right below it. It did gap down. It is below previous day low. So this morning, as you can see, it's sitting on top of the range for the last couple days. See, this is the top of the range, this is the bottom of the range. It's sitting towards the top of the range. So there is a gap to fill today. I would love to see it make the 50 support, come up, fill the gap, test previous day low, use it as resistance, and then fall off down to the bottom of the range. That would be perfect. But if you guys see it jump up here to previous day low and make previous day low support, know that there's heavy resistance at 388.31. So for me, for my call trigger, it would have to be above that, guys. So I would say 338.87 for the calls. My first price target would be right here at 390.14. My next price target would be right here at 391.13. And then my last price target would be right here at 392.34. For the downside, obviously you want to see it below the 200 on the 1 hour. As you can see, everything's pointing down. Look at the MACD RSI, TTM, the stochastics down at the bottom. It could stay at the bottom for a long period of time as well. So for puts, guys, obviously I want it to be below the 200, which is at 385.04, but there's support right here at 384.28. So obviously I want it to be below that. So I'd say like right around, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so look at this right here. Like I tell everybody in the Discord, and I tell everybody that, you know, I talk to, always look to the left, see what it did. See right here, see how it came and bounced, right? Bounced, made it support. See how it came, bounced, even though it went above it a little bit, it made it resistance. So I want to see the same thing. So obviously my put trigger would have to be below right here. So obviously I would say like right around here would be where my put trigger would be at 383.77. My first price target would be right here at 383.13. My next price target to the downside would probably be right around here at 381.79. And then my next price target would be right around here at 380.37, guys. 380.37. That would be the, you know, so, but it can go below here. So I'm gonna look for support right here. Like I said, I would love to see the 50 made support, and bounce, fill the gap, and then use previous day low as resistance and fall off. Let's jump to AMD. We'll do some price targets on AMD. Alright, it is above the 200 on the 1 hour chart. Guys, I just base everything off the 1 hour chart just for the simple fact that it's not a long period of time, but it's not a short period of time. It's like right in the middle. So that's what I usually do, that's how I usually use it. So obviously there's a gap to fill right here at 67.24. And there's a lot of resistance here. So for my calls, I would say right around here would be 67.67. My first price target would be 68.29, and my third price target to the upside would be 39.33, which is previous day high, guys. If you guys see this come down, and so if it fills the gap and you see it reverse, you want to make sure that it breaks down and it's below previous day low, guys, or if it's support. So there's a couple of different ways that this could go. Obviously, it could go up, it could go down, it could just chop all day, but it might fill the gap. You might see a short-term reversal back down to the previous day low with a 200 at 66.05, and then it might consolidate and move up, or it could just keep breaking down. It is like within the channel, so the channel for me is like right here, from here to the bottom. So that's the channel that we're going to try to play today. Let me see something. For the puts, it's tricky, guys. It's tricky. Let me see. Just watch previous day low, guys. Previous day low. Don't get into puts unless it's below previous day low, which is right here at 65.72. And then there's the 50 EMA as well. As you can see, it could use the 50 as support and then bounce. So just keep an eye on it. My put trigger would be right below previous day low at 65.40 would be my put trigger. My first price target will be right here. And as you can see, the reason why how I get these price targets is look at how all the candles align. See how it's real flat right here? Look to the left. See it all lines up, guys. The candles will tell you everything you need to know. My first price target would be to the downside on puts would be 64.96. My next price target would be the support at 64.09. And then my very next price target will be, guys, the candles tell you the story. Look at these candles over here, right? Now see how they line up all across the board. My next price target would be 63.74. 63.74 for AMD to the downside. If anybody in here has any stocks that they want me to go over, just comment and we'll go over them. Let's see. Same thing with like I said, most of these stocks are going to look the same because they literally follow the market, guys. Also, if you guys could like the live, I'd really appreciate it if it gives you any. So right here, it's right here at previous day low. It's right there. So keep that in mind that it needs to make previous day low support on Amazon at 87.04 for the next leg up. Just keep that in mind. So let's say for my calls, it would have to be. See how see how this came down and then bounced? I'd want to be in that area again for the bounce, because if it comes up here, see how this was support? If you see it come up here and then bounce to the downside, obviously it's turning support into resistance. So for my calls, I would have to be at like 87.52. My first price target would be 87.97. My next price target would be 88.38. And guys, look, see how see how everything lines up. Look. It's just once you guys get this, you'll understand. And then my next price target will be right here at 88.89. That's for the calls. For the downside, there's a lot of support down here, but the EMAs. Good morning, Venus. So for me, it would have to be below. There is a gap to fill down here at 85.96, so just keep that in mind. We always look for the gap fill reversal when there's gaps. So for me, I would go, my put trigger would be 86.74. My first price target would be 86.42. I know it's not much of a difference, but I want to give you guys every single support and resistance that's available. And then my next price target would be the gap fill at 85.96. Look for the reversal there. Me and Venus yesterday, we played the gap fill reversal on Tesla. I called it out live. We stood back, we didn't get in calls, and once it hit the gap fill, we got in puts and we wrote it down. I only made 8%, but still, 8% green is green, guys. If you want to compound an account, that's how you have to do it. Always lock in profits, as my mentor Chuckles would say, and that's the greatest advice. Nobody ever went broke locking in profits. So there would be the gap fill. If you see it, not making it support, there's no sign of a reversal, just keep riding it. Then my next price target would be, let's see, right here at 85.04. That's for the puts, guys. Let's go over Apple real quick. Apple ran crazy yesterday. I watch Apple, but I never play it. Good morning, Harry. As you can see, guys, it came up, tested the 200. Like I was saying in my last video, it could get above the 200 or one of these EMAs. Just because it gets above it doesn't mean it makes it support. I always like to see the retest, made support, and then, continue. So if this would have came up, tested right here, and then you would have seen maybe some consolidation or even just one candle and then go the opposite way, obviously it made it support. Just because it gets above this level doesn't mean it makes it support. That's the biggest thing people need to understand and learn. So for the calls, it would have to be above previous day high because it's above previous day low right now. It's actually wicking off a previous day low, so it looks like a resistance. But it can change as soon as the market opens, so just keep that in mind. So for me, it would have to be above previous day high. And then previous day low, sorry. And guys, you could use the previous day low as a stop out too. So if it jumps above it and you get in calls and try to ride it up, as soon as it starts breaking down again, use the previous day low as your stop loss. So for me, I would say calls at 129, 130.09 will be my call trigger. And then, guys, look to the left. Look what see how it comes, bounces. You'll see where these bounces are. And then my next price target will be, right here at 130.54. My next price target to the upside would be 131.04. And then my next price target would be the 200. At 131.82, guys. What's up, Chuckles? Good morning, brother. And for the puts, as you can see, it's already consolidating here. There is support right here. It did fill the gap this morning, so obviously it gapped up. Pre-market yesterday ran a little bit and then just gave up all its gains. And then this morning, it filled the gap. So there might be a little reversal here. Let's watch for it. But for puts, I would say 129.13 for the puts. My first price target will be right here at 128.76. My next price target will be 128.36. And then my last price target will be right down here where all the candles align at 127.88. That's for Apple, 127.88. Let's go over Tesla. Let's go over my baby. Make money on Tesla every single day. I have red trades as well, guys. Nobody's perfect. You just got to cut the losers quick and lock in profits on the good trades. Even if it's, say I'm up 15%. Once I start seeing it going against me, I lock it in. So say I'm up, 15%. Once I see it start going against me, I'm going to lock it in at, say, even 5%, 4%. I don't want to hold on to the trade until it keeps going against me and then have hope and hope that it goes my direction. So just know that you could be up, 30%. Once it hits 20%, you should be locking in your profits and moving on to the next trade. Also, if you continue to watch it, and the setup is good, you could always re-enter. There will always be another opportunity. Remember that. There will always be another opportunity. Always lock in profits. So there's a gap below. I just want to call it out. Gap below at 113.13. So what are we going to do? We're going to look for the gap fill reversal at that area. As you could see this morning, the pre-market came and tested previous day low, had a nice little bounce. So for the calls, I would say my call trigger will be right here at 120.85. My first price target will be right here at 121.98. My next price target will be right here at 123.55, and that's previous day high. And then my very next price target will be 124.76. 124.76, guys. Now for the puts, obviously I want to see it below previous day low. But yeah, I want it below previous day low for the puts, guys. So let's just say 116.60 will be my put trigger. My first price target will be, 114.78. Guys, look at the white line going across, right? See how all the candles look to the left, like I tell you all the time. See over here, it wicks off of it. All these, look at the line. It's perfect. That's how you're going to tell where there's good support and resistance. 114.76, and that's pretty much the pre-gap fill level. Look, it's pre-gap. That's where the pre-gap is. And then my next price target will be where? Obviously, it's going to be the gap fill at 113.04. I will, even if you're not in a play, or even if I'm in puts, I'm going to ride it down to around this area, and I'll probably lock it in before it even gets to the gap fill. Does the gap always fill when it's in the gap? No. There's going to be times you see it enter into the gap and then reverse. It's just the way it is. Nothing is 100%, but I will be looking for the gap fill reversal right here at 113.04. So even if I'm not in a play and I get an alert, boop, because I'm going to set an alert. Maybe not. Well, matter of fact, I'll just set it right now, guys. Because I always go and set another alert before I do the call-outs in the Discord. So as soon as I get an alert, boop, it's filled, I'll look for the reversal. But it has to show signs of a reversal, guys. There's going to be times where they come, the gap, look right here. See how it came up yesterday? And we banked on this. It came up, boom. See how it filled the gap? And it's showing signs of a reversal and then reversed. So just it's got to show signs. If it doesn't show signs of a reversal, just stay away from it. You cannot lose a trade that you do not take. Does that make sense? So let's go to Meta real quick. Jump to Meta. See? Guys, look at the reversal. I'm going to give you a beautiful example. Gapped up in the pre-market, right? Lost steam. Came back down. Filled the gap. As soon as it filled the gap, what did it do? It had a gap fill reversal. We're looking for those key entries, okay? Those key points. Right here. Gapped up. See how it didn't break down? There was really no gap fill reversal on this. You gotta identify if it come, if you see it. So, Meta's been running for the last couple days. As you can see, we're on a nice uptrend. We're on a nice little uptrend, guys. Yes, and yes, I use all these kind of lines and stuff like that. I do use, trend lines and whatnot. So, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta fix this. Ah, come on. See, it broke the trend line. If this trend line would just keep going. See, broke the trend line. And then obviously it's downside to it. So, and I use trend lines on all time frames. Maybe not the 1 minute, but the 5 minute, the 15, the 20. Just make sure it has at least 2 points of contact on the trend. As you can see, it's sitting on the 50 EMA. It did gap down, so there's a gap right here above previous day low. I would love to see. I want to see it first. Now, guys, another good advice that I could give you is just try to master one stock. You don't need 20 stocks on your watch list. I usually watch around 4 or 5 stocks. I watch the dollar because it's inverse the market, and then I watch SPX. So I have multiple screens up, but just learn one stock. Try to master one stock and go from there. I literally look at Tesla every morning, so that's my go-to. If Tesla's not moving right, it's moving funny, I don't like the price action, I move on to another stock that I'm familiar with, like Amazon or AMD or Meta. So it doesn't matter where you make your money in the market as long as you're making profit. So obviously it's at the 50 EMA right now. I would love to see it, use the 50 as support. As you can see back here, use the 50 as support. Like I said, always look to the left, see what it did prior. So see the wicks off of the 50 EMA, and then it made it support, and then moved to the upside. Sorry guys. So I would love to see it make the 50 EMA support, come back up here, fill the gap, and then use the gap fill reversal and previous day low for the next leg down. So if you see that, identify it. It has to be in these areas, guys. And so for me to go calls on this, it would have to be above. Look at the wicks, guys. See how this is obviously resistance. You see the wick? See how it wicked off of it and got reversed, and then obviously grinded back up. So for me to go calls, it would have to be above these wicks. Because why would I put my call trigger right here at the base of this wick when obviously it was resistance before? So I would say right here at 129.82, and that's a long ways to get in the calls. So 129.82 would be my call trigger. My first price target will be where? Right here. See how everything lines up? 130.69. Where's my next price target? See how everything lines up again? The base is the top of these candles and the top of this wick. It's telling you the story, guys. 131.74, and then my last price target would be previous day high at like around 132.94. Also, another piece of advice I could give you is you don't gotta wait. You don't have to wait for it to hit previous day high and lock it in. If you see it get up here and it's struggling a little bit, lock it in. There's nothing stopping you from locking it in. So this is a tricky one. Meta's tricky, guys, because I really don't want to give a put trigger on it yet, just for the simple fact that I feel like we're going to get a bounce here. So if you guys want, join the Discord. We're doing 30 days free, guys. You have literally nothing to use. Come try us out. Try the custom indicators, the call outs, just the community, the mentorship. You guys, we're giving away free money, guys, and knowledge. So join the Discord. I'm not going to go more any puts on Meta because I want to see what it does at the 50. So have a good morning, guys. I got to jump off here because I got to jump to the Discord and give out some price alerts and some price targets. For the people that are in the Discord, I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Have a good one, guys. Like up the stream. Appreciate you guys.